Hey guys, this is Robert with the Robert and Frank Show. This is my daily Reddit rant, and today we are going to be talking about Comcast. What they are doing, what just fuckery they're just pulling, and it's just ridiculous. The usual. Time Warner, Comcast, they really need to get their act together. There's a couple of stories that I was reading that really caught my attention. The first one that really caught my attention in the last couple of days was this guy was charged $187 for services that he was promised that were going to be free. Now, what's messed up about it was just totally wrong is that he called in. He didn't tell me he was recording it. He recorded the entire, or actually no, I believe he did record it. No, I don't remember exactly what it was, but he's talking to them, and then he gets this lovely just bomb of a bill, and it's saying, well, you know what, the services that we provided you actually were not free after all, so you're gonna have to pay us for the services, even though he had a recording saying otherwise. So he actually had to go call and speak with the supervisor, and after going back and forth, round and round, and finally basically forcing the supervisor in question to listen to his complaint and his recorded call, the only reason they ended up refunding that money and not charging him, actually I shouldn't say refunding it because he didn't pay it, but they took the charge off, is because he played that call and they said, you know what, the only reason we're going to return this money, just forget that. Anyway, so the only reason that they're taking that off of his bill is because he has a recording. So it's like, wait, hold on. You are telling me right now that because I am not recording the conversation that I'm having with one of your reps, if I ever call for any godforsaken reason, because I hate dealing with customer support, tech support, I've had my fair share of issues. I'll go into that in a second, but it's just frustrating. I mean, you're talking about paying for your service and paying for customer service that you should be getting, and you're not. It's just terrible. So, and I just realized I don't have my lower thirds on, so let me put that up. Obviously, if you've been watching, you know who I am, but there it is. Anyway, so it's just drives me crazy because you expect a level of service and you don't get it. And not only that, people outright lie. Or even if they don't lie, they're misinformed. But in the long run, whose fault is it? It's not the rep's fault, in my opinion, and not at all. As a matter of fact, I feel that it's the company. The company just has this terrible view of how customer service should be, and it's just terrible. Because I mean, like I saw this other story, and it's like, wait, man was told to call the weather channel to find out when his internet service was going to come back up. Or was it internet, or where is it? Yep, internet. Basically, it was heavy rain. He had some underground wiring that kept getting flooded and throwing out his internet. Well, instead of saying, well, you know what, let us fix the problem, they said, well, you know what, call the wind channel, find out when it's going to stop raining, and that's when your internet is going to come back. It's like, you. I'm sorry. That is some BS. I would not appreciate that as a customer. I will tell you, I actually had to call. I have Time Warner, and I had to call. I was having issues. I did an upgrade to my internet because my internet it just wasn't enough for what I needed in terms of upload speeds. So I upgraded online. Well, if you know anything about modems, there's a difference between the DOCSIS 2.0 and the DOCSIS 3.0. In essence, it's just how many connections that you can, or how many, is it connections? Yeah, it's how many connections you can have coming into the modem at one time, which determines your speed. I had a DOCSIS 2 modem. I upgraded to the 30 megabits down, 5 up, and anywhere does it say, well, you are required to have a DOCSIS 3 modem. Well, okay, I can live with that. I'll go ahead and deal with it. Let me call. I had to call tech support, and they told me this, and they said, you know what, we'll go ahead and get you taken care of. Done. We'll just go in and pick up a new modem in the morning. Okay, great. I go back to my internet browsing. All of a sudden, I'm paying for 22 down and 2 up normally, and then all of a sudden, literally as soon as I hang up, boom, I get stuck with 16 down and 800 megabits up. I was beyond pissed, because part of what I do with Frank is that I have these video recordings that I try to upload, and we record it, we go back and forth, whatever. But now at this point, my internet connection sucks. Normally for the 2 megabits up, every time I'd record, I'd have a terrible internet connection. Your streaming connection, it'd drop every little while, it'd freeze up, and it wasn't good. So that's why I upgraded. Well, now I go from upgrading to now having less than half of what I'm paying for. Understandably, I was really upset. So I called back. Actually, no. I online chatted. Online chat, it is one of the most mind-boggling, harrowing, just out of this world, overall up experiences. I hate it. I absolutely hate it, because my first question was, why is my internet speed so slow? Now, keep in mind, I ordered a new modem, so the guy looks into my account and he says, well, you know what? You have an open service order. This work order is what's preventing your internet from being the regular speeds. This is on a Saturday night, and he says it'll be resolved Monday between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. I'm like, what? Why does an open work order that has nothing to do with bringing out cables into my house, upgrading lines, diagnosing, testing, none of that has anything to do with what I'm asking for. I'm asking just to upgrade my internet. And you guys are here telling me, well, you have an open work order, so that's what's screwing you up. No, screw that. I closed out the window, rated him all 1 stars, terrible service, because he didn't know what he was talking about. All right, go on to the next person. Call in tech support guy. All right, he's looking at my account. Oh, well, sir, he's telling me, he's like, sir, you've actually been paying for the 16 down 1 up since February. I almost lost my mind. I was already losing my marbles, because I was just like, no, you might be seeing that, and there might be a discrepancy somewhere, okay, but that's not what I'm paying for. I've been paying for the service to get 20 down, 2 up, and now I'm paying, should be getting the 30 down, 2 up, or 5 up. But he's like, no, I'm looking at it on my computer, and it's showing that you have the lowest, you're one of the lower speeds. I'm like, dude, I was so pissed off at this point. I literally told him, look, do you want me to email you a copy of my bill that I've been receiving for the last several months? Because he said since February. I said year, I don't know what it was, but I told him, do you want me to send you a bill, yes or no? He's like, you know what, I'm sorry, let me look into it. Lo and behold, he's transferring me over to someone else, and of course, Time Warner being Time Warner, call drops. Great. At this point, I'm beyond pissed. But I work in a call center. I know I deal with people that are very rude all the time, so I knew this is my moment to not be that customer. This is my moment to understand and try as hard as I can not to start getting really upset at the next person I talk to. So, as kindly as I could, I called back, told them, hey, here's my issue, got to advanced technical support, and I love advanced technical support because they understood, they listened, and it took me almost an hour and a half to 2 hours to find out what this woman told me in 10 minutes. I mean, this is not customer service. This isn't tech support. This is just complete and utter crap. You have to realize that we're paying for these services that we're not getting the service that we should be getting. We're getting terrible service and we're having issues all the time, and it drives me insane. And I mean, the great thing about at this point, the competition, I don't even want to say competition because it really isn't, but Google Fiber and everything that's happening in the government and all of the movement that's finally coming around with the FCC, net neutrality, everything that's coming around, these companies are starting to realize, oh, wait, and they're like, we need to pick up the pace. We need to offer these customers more of what they want. Still don't like the services. I mean, but I'll take, they're going to offer me 100 down and 10 up, I think it is, in the next few months. I don't know when, but they said, honestly, they told me like 2 months ago, oh, well, in next month. I call back a month later, hey, what's going on? Oh, well, we don't know yet. So I should hopefully be getting that soon. I'll love it. I'll be happy with it for the time being, but I just wish Google Fiber would come to my town. I know that my county, they're definitely trying to push through to have every resident in the county to have fiber cable or fiber connections for dirt cheap. And I hope that happens. I hope they roll it out, and I hope we actually get it, because that would mean that these companies would have to now compete. The cost of maintaining and providing the internet to customers decreases over time. So the longer that Time Warner, the longer that that Verizon, Fios, AT&T, Comcast, the longer that they're around, the cheaper it is. The most expensive part of providing internet services is the infrastructure, building it up. And yes, I understand that you want to get more money, you want to still make the same profits you're making and pad your wallets as thickly as you do right now, and not have to worry about paying for the infrastructure, which is the whole net neutrality crap that's going on in the Senate and the government and the FCC, everything that's going around right now. That is why you're arguing and you're trying to get people like YouTube, Netflix, Google, I mean, all these companies, you're trying to get them to pay you not only, you're trying to get them to pay you on the back end because you're providing the speed and making sure it's not congested and whatnot, and we as customers are paying you more and more and more for the same service that you don't even have to pay, or you don't even have to maintain the same way. Yes, I know there's maintenance fees, I know there's issues that you have to deal with, but overall the cost should decrease for each amount of data or each packet of data that's sent out. 20 years ago, it cost a ton of money, and I understand it, because 20 years ago we didn't have the infrastructure we do now. 20 years ago we were on dial-up modems. It was beep boop boop boop, and there you go. That was your internet, and it was terribly slow, and yeah. So, but I mean, this whole Google Fiber thing, and the whole issue with Chattanooga, Tennessee, I think it is. Don't quote me. I don't remember right now. But everything that's going on with municipal fiber is really, really, really pushing Time Warner and Comcast to really upgrade their services, and I hope and pray that they actually get some sense knocked into them with this, and hopefully they understand that we are the paying customers, we should be getting the services that you're offering, or the services that you can provide easily. I know, I've done research and I've looked into it. Okay, I'm lying about the research, but I've read into it. I mean, my research has read it. There's all kinds of stories there, and you'll find that these companies have already laid out the dark fibers, or the fiber optic cables. They're dark. They're not being used, and most of them are there in counties that they're under specific clauses that they cannot be used for anything except for government purposes. So in a lot of places, this is fiber's already a thing. It's just that the tech or the internet companies are preventing the local governments from using it and providing services to their own residents. So anyway, that's my rant. So if you liked it, great. I appreciate anything and everything that you guys have. Any comments, questions, make sure to go ahead and email me. Oops, there we go. It's robert@robertandfrank.com. I appreciate any questions that you have. If you don't like what I do, please don't email me, because I probably won't care. If you have suggestions of what I can do to make it better, hey, I will take those. But if you're going to just spam me, I'm just trash can. Don't care. Because this is just what I feel like doing. Just my rant. Just whatever I want to talk about. Anyway, so if you do like what we're doing with me and Frank, make sure that you pay us a visit, help us out, patreon.com/RobertandFrank, and help us out. $1 a month. We probably put out, I'm trying to put these out daily, and we're trying to put out one show weekly. We haven't done one at this point, at the time of recording this. We haven't recorded a show in like 2 weeks. So I am really trying to push Frank, and he's pissed at me, but I don't care. I'm trying to push him to record some more shows, and hopefully we'll get one out very soon, if we haven't already. And he has his own little show, or his own little side show that he wants to talk about, whatever he's talking about. So, but if you really like what we do, help support us, help us keep bringing the content out for you, because this is not so much for us, it's for you. We just want to talk, and we want to involve all of you. So anytime that we do have the Robert and Frank show, like live hangouts thing, we will put Q&A, try to figure out chat. I haven't figured that one out yet, but let us know. Like I said, just email us, drop us a line. We'll definitely appreciate it. So again, I'm Robert. Thanks for watching.